Hello everyone, welcome to another Average Angler Live match video. Today I'm back at Landsend Fishery with the club, the Nomads drawn peg 58. We're all on the same lake today, fishing for silvers or for carp, paying out for both. Nice and sunny today, loads of fish on the surface. I'm going to start slapping, see if I can catch something shallow whilst feeding for the silvers, and if it looks like the slap is not going to happen, I'm going to get on the silvers pretty quickly today because they're paying out quite well, but there's quite a few people here that will fish for silvers, so I need to be on them quick if I want to have a chance. I'm near enough ready for 3 or 4 minutes to go. I'm sure I've probably not got something right, but there we go. Next time you see me, we'll be fishing. Right guys, second put out of here, put out, slapped a rig over 2 or 3 times up to roach. Thought it was going to be one of them days. Second time slapped the rig over a couple of times and looked a small carp. That's a good start. These small fish go mental, don't they? You can't control them. There we are. That's a good start, less than 5 minutes in. Fish in the bag. Proper fish in the bag. I guess he's about £3 most at the most. We'll just weigh him on the right weight now. Yeah, 3. We'll go for 3. Showing up as a 4 on the scales, but it's like a 3.5. So we'll go for 3 and I can remember £0.5 over. Look guys, 1 hour update. One more proper fish, a £3-pounder. Slapping the rig over, and I've had a couple of smaller ones. I keep catching the bottom. It's so shallow over there that my normal depth for slapping the rig is actually deeper than the lake, so I've been catching the bottom a lot, so I'll just shorten the rig down a little bit just to see if I can perhaps go a little bit tighter to the bank. Because there are fish cruising tighter to the bank, I can see them. And also not hook the bottom so much. Lots of debris on the bottom here, because I'm up against the far bank where all the vegetation's been cut and stuff dropped in, and roots and stuff. I'm just hooking. So I've just got another half a section closer over. And maybe 6 inches shallower. It shouldn't make a lot of difference because the fish should be having it as it's hitting the water anyway, but it's doing is hopefully preventing me from snagging the bottom, so I should be above the snags. I don't know if anybody's emptying it. I can only see like 3 anglers, 4 anglers from where I'm sitting. Odd fish come out. No one's miles ahead at the moment, so I can afford to faff about with this a bit longer if I want to. That's not what you want to be doing. Slapping the water with the pole tip's not good. But now I've shortened the rig, I've technically lengthened my lash, and it's making it just a little bit harder to swing it over nicely. People are catching the small fish that are resident in this lake with the odd better fish in amongst. So I'm just going to stick at this for at least another half an hour. I've fed down to my left, top kitten. Oh, there's one just had that there, top kitten. Oh, my God. Top kitten. Way to my left. It's the reeds. I've fed I fed micros right at the start of the match, and I topped it up about 10 or 15 minutes ago as well, so it's ready for me to go on with the expander if I like. I want to have a little run of small fish, which is what I'll drop on if this just doesn't, if this doesn't produce another fish in the next 15 minutes, then I'm going to have to come off it because it's just not working as well as I would have liked it to. I've been at Landsend Fishery on the lake that's furthest from the car park. I cannot remember the name of it. I will put it over the video with the power of editing. There's about 16 or 17 of us. Again, I'll put the number on the screen. It's quite a lot for that little lake, so it's fished quite hard. I've managed to squeeze out 64 pound of fish basically. Cut a long story short, and that's put me third overall on weight. Sadly, the club plays top 2 for weight and then top 2 for silvers, so I've missed out there. Been done by £4 for second in there. But to be fair, my peg was better than the peg that beat me for second, so fair play to James. He's beat me by fishing a whole lot better than I have, obviously. I have been practicing and doing a lot more slapping and fishing pellets shallow for bigger carp with hard 6mm and hard 8mm, and I started doing that today across at about 25 pound with about 3 hours to go. All sort of fish, mostly caught shallow slapping over, but they haven't really been on the feed, they haven't really been wanting to feed at all, so I've just really been kind of mugging them. I have mugged a couple as well, and then I've tried other things but nothing really worked. I had a short line, top kitten 3 to my left, just at the bottom of the slope next to some reeds that I'd been sort of topping up with micros all day, soaked micros, and occasionally dropping on and just picking off odd small carp and odd F1s and crucians in between, slapping the rig over just to give that line a rest. And then I decided with like about an hour and a half to go, I'm going to have to sort of have a go for something smaller because the carp weren't feeding. So I went over the micro line and I started hooking carp. I started feeding it harder and harder and harder, and I had a nice little finish. I probably put another 40 pound in the bag in the last sort of hour. Where, you know, the carp have been averaging sort of 3 or 4 pounds, so that's another 10 carp in the last hour. So that was a nice steady finish. One more carp would have seen me sneak into the money, but it's just a club match. I'm not too worried about that. It's been a nice little practice ready for my next visit at the end of next week, when I'm going to be doing a 3-day festival up there, and I've learned a little bit for that. So hopefully what I've done today will stand me in good stead for that tournament. Also today we're going to be chatting a little bit about what's coming up on the channel. I've got a busy few weeks ahead of me personally, and so I might not be able to get much footage out there, but there will be quite a bit coming after that, so stay tuned and keep your eyes peeled for that. So I'll start with what's coming up. Next match I've got is Landsend Fishery, where we are actually fishing on the main lake, which is actually a specimen carp lake, but it's due to the specimen carp spawning, it's become full of very, very small carp, and so we have a match on there every now and again to try and clear some of those fish, so we catch them and move them to a stock pond for the owners. So that will be interesting, because that's literally, you know, catching as many small carp as you can. That will be something different. By small carp, most of them are sub a pound, maybe a few slightly bigger ones in amongst them, but most of them are, say, 2 to the pound size, so they're nice little sort of pasties. Following on from that, at the weekend I've got a 3-day festival at Landsend Fishery, so Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 3 days in a row fishing the 3 different match lakes there. That's all done on section points. There might be a weight count back. I think it might be weight count back if you're drawn on section points. Last year I fished it for the first time and I was first person out the money, so I'll be happy if I do one better, but I'll also be happy if I'm anywhere near as consistent as I was last time. We'll see.